Good day. I believe I'm at the starting point of the Mill Creek Ravine on the north side of White Mud Freeway. The last time I did this trail wasn't this one, but it was a portion of it way to the south close to Anthony Henday Drive. I'm on the main path right now. I did notice there's people down there walking. So there are other paths in the trees as well. It is, well, the truck said minus 17. Yes, I took my precious truck out of mothballs. I swear it's been sitting since Christmas. Figured I better give it a run. And it was dirty anyway, so it didn't matter if it got dirty. But anyways, I digress. The truck said it was minus 17. There is a wind chill. I'm kind of walking into the wind. And it is a little nipply out. And look, a coyote just jumped on the path. That's not unnerving at all. I thought it was somebody's dog, but it was a coyote. I should have known because I saw a couple magpies tracking this guy. Anytime there's magpies scurrying around, it seems to be related to some sort of wildlife, mainly a coyote. Maybe he was coming down on the path and then heard me and ducked back into the trees, which is fine by me. Don't even see him. There's stairs heading down below there. I think I'm just going to continue up here for now. Heading directly into the window. This might be a parka hood up scenario. My cheeks are already cold. Hood engaged. Now this is Saturday, so I do expect to see a fair number of people on the trail, despite the cold. And parts of this are dog walking area too, so should see some the odd pup around too. I am cold already. Better get her hoofing it here and get the circulation going because my fingers are cold and my knees are cold. Just enough of a breeze to make it a little bit chillier, I guess. Picture of the trails here for posterity's sake. I did have a brief look at the trails to see where they went, but I'm not 100% sure where I'm going. Doesn't matter, just walk. And all I need to know is I gotta get back to the truck going south-southeast, so I'm sure we'll be fine. There's all kinds of offshoot trails everywhere too that will be interesting to investigate sometime in the future. I keep looking behind me because there's a few joggers out, and like I said before, with this hood up, I don't hear them until they're right beside me, and I don't want to be blocking their path. Okay, away from the road and back on the ravine trail. We would have been coming from that way, except the bridge is under construction, or the road, something. These are well-used trails in here, so nicely maintained. You can see they keep it plowed open, and in some spots they lay down gravel. We've had a little bit of snow that's getting packed down on here, but I'm happy with that. It gives me good traction. I didn't put my snow boots on. I did bring my walking stick though, just in case. Lots of opportunities to get down into the ravine here. with stairs practically everywhere and bridges and stuff. Lots of signposts telling you where you are too, which is nice. Got everything out here today. Walkers like me, we've got people on bikes and joggers. We're all getting a greater tolerance for the cold. There's a little bit of Mundane Man effect right there. Gotta catch it when the sun's out, obviously, or it wouldn't be Mundane Man effect now, would it? Yesterday was total clouds, there was no opportunity for it. Some young guys down there building a jump for their little ski sleds or snowboards or something. That's not a broken arm or leg waiting to happen. Like, I never tried anything that stupid. And who knows, they could be the next Olympic snowboard jumper people. Quite the sewer smell down here. So obviously there's some storm water runoff somewhere or sewer venting going on. Not the most pleasant of smells. I'm not sure what road this is above us. I want to say White Ave or 82nd Ave, but don't quote me on that. Got a pretty good pace going today because of the nice groomed paths. I know I say this practically every video. I don't know how far I'll make it today, but before it gets too cold. But a lot of times I end up getting hot, so we'll see. Got the odd picnic areas here with barbecue pits. Okay, this is overflow parking, and there must be more parking down in the Mill Creek Ravine area. I parked in the residential kind of at the start of the trail. I assume on warmer days this gets pretty busy down here. People are, I think where that road went down is more off-leash dog park. Day like today, not too many people out. For different places to walk, you really gotta look in your own backyard, nearly literally. This was a 15-kilometer drive from home to get to the south side here, but not too bad. One thing they haven't done is provided any lighting on these paths, which would probably be a daunting task, whether they be solar or trying to run electrical for them. So I do imagine this gets pretty dark at night in here. Yeah, lots of trails down in the trees. We'll see how far I get on this one. Maybe I'll head down into the trees. Started editing yesterday's video, and it ended up being over 30 minutes long, so I'm trying to pare it back so it's not so time consuming to watch. Some days I just got more to blab about. Okay, 1.6 kilometers to the low-level bridge and 1.8 kilometers to Gallagher Park. Never been to that park. Is that the one where they have the folk festival? I don't know. I looked up the health value of bone broth once, and now that I'm saying it, it's going to get even worse because, you know, these phones aren't really listening, but, you know. And, you know, how good it can be for you for digestion and just overall health. I don't know. Have you guys done anything with bone broth? It's expensive to buy by the look of it. But if you've got 24 hours, it's you can boil up your own, I guess. Of course, the store-bought ones, they add a bunch of other stuff in it, like cumin and other different spices that could help inflammation and such. But never tried it, so I don't know what it's really all about. I think I'm gonna have to get my wife to put a snap in this hat or something. It covers my forehead nicely, but it gets too low, and then it starts blocking my eyesight. That's interesting. Just kind of a lone house, just sitting in the ravine here. Looks relatively new, but maybe they were grandfathered in when they put in all the trail systems here. We're able to build a nicer house than it maybe used to be there. We have one of those, a couple of them actually, Google speakers where you can ask it various questions. And it's unnerving when it'll all of a sudden just perk up and say, "Oh, we didn't get that. How can we help you?" It's like, I wasn't talking to you. What did you think you heard that you needed to pop up and ask? The other thing is, I'm surprised the AI hasn't gotten better on it when you ask it something and it doesn't respond less professionally. I'd love to hear that. Because then you could say, "Hey Google," and then it can come back and say, "How many times are you going to ask me the fucking weather, or how long to cook chicken till it's done? Figure it out, you a-hole." That's the Google I want. That way, if it gave you some real world sass, it might prevent you from your brain turning to mush because you just ask it questions all the time. But I'm already there. Don't ask me anybody's phone number, because I have no clue. If it wasn't for my phone, you would not hear from me because I would not know who to phone. I prefer texting anyways. That way people can respond when they want. But I can remember something as insignificant as my first license plate on my first car, MFD 273. Now there's something that's taking up some memory space that should be deleted. I believe up there is 97th Street. Let's head this way towards Gallagher Park. I drive this road once a week, maybe twice. Didn't even know all this was here as far as the trail system. And that pedestrian bridge probably takes you right to the park. And there's a ski hill up there too. And just more offshoots everywhere. Oh, look out. There's a nice Mundane Man effect. Just can't resist. I'm sure you people are like, please try to resist. Now, I don't know if this was always here or if it was put in as part of the LRT project. But it's nice though, makes it nice and safe. Not that you'd be able to cross this road with any great ease. But there is a crosswalk down over there somewhere. And I see people cross every now and again. I lose a lot of breath because I came up a hill there. Ski hill, Mutart Conservatory, and downtown. No expansion downtown right now. There's no cranes up. But let's face it, people are vying to work from home instead of going into the office. So we might see an evolution over time of real estate being more vacant in the downtown core. Of course, there are lots of companies with long-term leases are trying to push people back to the office. I know my company is cracking down on it too. You're not just saying you're working from home because You actually have to be signed up for a program. And they say they're going to be checking badge swipe. Hey, I think I'm going to go back the way I came. If I head this way, it takes me down towards the river valley. And if I go over there, it kind of dead ends as a path. You get into residential, I think. So let's just head back the way we came. And this is the Edmonton Ski Club, but be damned if I can remember the name of the ski hill. It used to have a name. Still does, I'm sure. I just don't know it. Oh, this is for tobogganing there on tubes. That's pretty cool. And then there's a tow rope over there, I think, for skiers and snowboarders. And there goes our very expensive LRT. I give it credit though, going down that hill, it was quiet as a mouse. It is a glorious sunny day, despite the temperature. Let's see if I can go with my hood off for a while. I'll be walking away from the wind. Let's just see what's down here off the main path. I see a nice open area. It looks like a big pile of firewood. Unless it's just wood that they collected from cleaning up the trails. Yeah, it looks like firewood. I don't know if you're allowed to have a... Well, they do have... those wood-burning stoves around that you can barbecue on, so I assume maybe that's what this is for. Stay down low here in the trees for a bit. Head in the right direction anyway, so different scenery. Tripping hazard. That's never good for this guy. Alright, here's a picnic area with a fire pit. I think the other open area I was in might be a big part of the dog park, or off-leash dog park. Somebody even filled that one full of wood. I'm not sure where that goes, but like I said, plenty more to explore in the future. I'm just going to stick to this trail that takes me back to my starting point. I wonder how much water's in here every year. Imagine a lot of this could end up being a floodplain too in wetter years. This narrow trail follows the creek, and the main path is way up there. I saw this when I was coming down the path up over there. Just this lonely house left by the creek. Actually looks like they're preparing to move it whole out of here instead of demolishing it. Okay, this is not the path I was on before, because I'm on the other side of the creek. But we'll see where this takes us. Still heading south to southeast. Oh, that was quite the hill. Now it's taking me right into a residential neighborhood, which I didn't want. That says no exit. Let's see if they mean it. Yes, they meant it. Well, let's go back the way we came. I thought maybe I could head east through the residential and then go south and pick up the path, but the whole intent of this was to stay in the ravine. There, that was an unplanned hill climb. More punishment for my being lazy last week. Okay, that was where we came from before climbing the hill. And we're going to climb this hill now to get back on the main path we were on before. hardly know we're in the middle of the city, eh? Okay, back on track. When I'm walking by people, I'm not filming and I have my phone and gimbal down at my leg, but some people still notice. They smile as they're passing you and then they give you the fisheye. Maybe it looks worse when I'm hanging it down. That little house down in the ravine there, right by the creek that they're moving, interests me. I always think about the history of it, like why was it there, when was it there, especially, and who the people were and why they left, that type of thing. And also think about what all this looked like 50 years ago before it was manhandled. It's nice that this exists now and they've kept it natural for the most part. But I love to look at pictures of how things used to be. Google Earth is okay. You can probably go back 20 years and see, you know, what was there from some aerial shots. Some are pretty grainy though. I belong to a Facebook group called You Know You're From Calgary. I think that's the name of it. Anyways, a lot of people post pictures of, you know, different aerial views of the city or different neighborhoods of snapshots that their family has taken or whatever. And I always find it cool to look at how things were back in the day. My house is only 12, 13 years old, and I was able to go look on Google Earth where our house is now, back, I forget how long ago it was, and basically a farmer's field, which is good to know. But then again, you don't know if 100 years ago that was you know, a native burial ground or something. Have a whole poltergeist situation. You moved the gravestones, but you didn't move the bodies. I think that poltergeist might have been the first and only spooky thriller movie that I saw in the theater. I don't like to be scared like that. When the rains came and the pool dugout that they had and all the skeletons were coming out of it, I think that gave me nightmares for the rest of half of my life. I don't know if the second Poltergeist movie was as well received, but I kind of like that one too, with the native guy that they have to, I don't know, he was part of taking spirits away or something. He kept telling the guy, your car is angry with you, you should give it to me. Yeah, that creepy preacher guy and all that. I don't like stuff like that. I'd rather laugh than be sitting in a pool of my own doo-doo. Well, I think I outlasted most of my walking buddies. Just one lady that passed me twice jogging. There's been a couple that, oh, I just got a mouthful of that sewer smell. I don't know if it's the same lady that's passed me 4 times, if she's doing a circuit, or it's 2 different ladies. Good on them for running. That was never my forte. If I get a good pace going, I think I can walk faster than I can jog. Well, the kids down there are still building their ski ramp or jump. I'll give them credit though. They're not sitting in front of a TV or computer playing a game. The guy's been shoveling for an hour, so props to you boys. Okay, I lied. 4 people, 3 dogs, 2 bikers. It's pretty narrow along here when cyclists go by you. Those big wheel or big tire bikes still intrigue me. They do seem like a year-round vehicle. I know I've kind of yapped about this before, but it's amazing how sheltered you are in your own little ecosystem of where you live and where you go to work. Like, I come to these places and it's like, I didn't even know this existed. You feel like you're in a whole nother city. But the city's grown so much since I've been here that there's so much of it to explore just based on the amount of square footage there is and all the little nooks and crannies that they've put in different neighborhoods with all these paths and everything. An hour ago when I walked through here, I was freezing my fingers and toes off. Now coming back, I'm sweating. Been a good pace though. Starting to get a little poop, so I'm glad that I'm not too far away from my truck. I imagine this whole area is quite busy in the other 3 seasons, or if it was 10 degrees warmer. It's very popular down here. Just about walked right past my turning point. There's a truck over there. Let's see how we did today. Well, that turned into a good walk. 9.25 kilometers in 2 hours, so that's basically 4 and a bit kilometers an hour. Time sure ticks by quickly when you're trying to get the miles in. Until the next one.